Alright, so Pyrocynical has just recently been accused of some pretty serious stuff. A Twitter user posted a tweet about a day ago and claimed that Pyrocynical had groomed her when she was 15 years old, a minor, and he was not. She claims that Pyro sent her NSFW pictures and fetishy YouTube videos, and that he asked her to compile things for him using tags on certain websites. She also stated that she had Discord screenshots going back to 4 years ago to prove everything she said, so let's take a look at those right now. Alright, I'm not going to read everything she provided because it's kind of a lot, I'm going to be honest, and most of it is like weird sexual or fetishy shit. Like a lot of it is vor, which is basically when people like to be eaten and swallowed and shit in a sexual way, I think. I don't even know, man, you can look it up if you want, but I would probably advise against it because I bet some weird shit will come up. Anyways, I will put all the images on screen for you, and I will also link the imager in the description of this video that she linked in her tweet, so you can go take a look at all the images for yourself if you want. Also, just for clarification purposes, the deleted user is supposedly Pyrocynical. That's what the person who made this tweet claims, and the person who made the tweets, the girl, is the other user, obviously. And I just wanted to say that is where the main conflict, I guess, comes from this whole situation. The main source of doubt is that since it's a deleted user, we can't exactly prove that it was him, but I'll get more into that later. However, a couple of the Discord screenshots actually relate to Pyrocynical and his content and videos and such, so those are the ones that I'm going to go more in depth on. The first screenshot is basically Pyro, and just a note, I'll be calling the deleted user Pyro so that everything makes more sense, but I want to clarify that I'm not actually saying it is Pyro, you know, like it's not 100% him, but it just makes it a lot easier. So basically the first screenshot is Pyro talking about how he's worried that Keemstar will expose him for being a furry because apparently he used to do furry role plays and shit back in 2017. At least that's what this message says. And he said that he's worried people will expose him, like people that he did the role plays with, I guess. I think that the timing of this message would line up, like there's no major chronological issues with this message and when it was sent, so I guess that's the first piece of evidence that the girl provided of this being Pyro. The other screenshot shows the girl texting Pyro a tweet, and she mentioned something about the end of his new video. Pyro responded to that message and just said something like, I put that at the end of my new video. So he was referring to his video, and the dates of when the video was released and when the messages were sent do line up. To further prove the legitimacy of her claims, inside the last screenshot you can see the deleted user's ID. I guess that the ID would prove that the user she was talking to was indeed Pyro. However, when you search up that ID that she provided in the first tweet, it says that the account was created in 2018, which wouldn't line up with her story because some of the messages date back to 2017. So normally I'd say that this confirms that her story is fake because obviously an account can't send messages before it has been created, but take a look at this video a Twitter user provided real quick.
Okay, so if I right-click on a user ID from the members list, it gives me this. If I click on the same deleted user from DMs, it gives me a different number, 456222. This is the same ID in this image, and if I paste it into here, it gives me an account creation date from 2018. I believe Discord does this to deleted accounts in order to protect the identity of people who delete their accounts. That's all.
Yeah, as it turns out, the ID you get when you right-click a deleted user's name from the chat is different from the one you get when you right-click a deleted user's names from the member list. I believe Discord just puts a random ID on someone's deleted account in the chat, like when you right-click from the chat, but the real ID remains if you just click their name on the members list. I'm not exactly sure why that is or how it works, but after sharing that information, the main girl provided an image that supposedly shows Pyro's actual ID, which Twitter users were able to trace to being created in 2015. So in that aspect, I suppose the girl wasn't lying. That account could have definitely sent all those messages. However, this still doesn't prove that the deleted account was Pyro, at least not yet, because all that proves is the existence of the account. Just proving that the account was created and was able to send those messages doesn't mean that it was Pyro. However, just proving that the account was created and was able to send those messages based on the time frame doesn't prove that it was Pyro. Further evidence will need to be provided in order to conclude that it was actually him. So that's the basic gist of what happened, but I do want to provide some of my own thoughts and things I found interesting about this whole scenario. So first of all, this girl claimed that Pyrocynical was grooming her when she was 15, which is defined as befriending and establishing an emotional connection with a child and sometimes the family to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. However, nowhere in the screenshots provided did she state her age to Pyrocynical. She never said she was 15, and she never stated she was a minor. And also, in one of her tweets, she said, "At 15, I obviously did it because he's Pyrocynical. I was just happy to be talking to him, and I was trying to continue that." This tweet right here clearly shows that she knew who Pyrocynical was. She was aware of him, and she must have knew a little bit about him. So she knew that he was not a minor. So even though the shit Pyro supposedly sent was pretty weird, don't get me wrong, that shit's whack as he was never told by the person he was sending it to that they were underage. So if this actually was Pyro, which there's a possibility it's not even him, first of all, claims of grooming can't really be made if you never told him your age, if he was never aware that you were a minor. And I know if you're gonna send someone weird shit, which you shouldn't do in the first place, you dumbass, but if you are going to send them, you should ask them their age. However, this girl can't really claim the excuse of not knowing because she clearly knew of Pyrocynical and she knew that he wasn't a minor like herself. Another thing that I noticed present in the screenshots is that the accuser, the girl, never stated that she was uncomfortable or like weirded out by any of the stuff Pyrocynical sent her. And I understand that at the time you were 15, you were obviously younger, and like you said that you would have basically done anything for him just because he was Pyrocynical, famous YouTuber, whatever. But in the screenshots you provided, you never claimed you were uncomfortable or you were weirded out or that what he was doing was wrong, because you should have known that because you knew he was older than you. Instead, you kind of went along with it and even seemed to be enjoying it at some points, which I'll show you on screen. And again, I understand that you were young, I truly do, and that Pyro was your idol. Like, I get that. But how was Pyro supposed to know to stop sending you weird shit when A, he didn't know you were underage because you never told him, and B, you seemed into this he was sending you, which would most likely encourage him, if anything, to keep sending more. Like, if the deleted user turns out to actually be Pyrocynical, then of course he's in the wrong, you know? He shouldn't be sending weird shit to people he doesn't know. He doesn't know their age. He should have asked, obviously, but we can't even fully confirm that it's him. So in the case that it's not him, then this is all just made up, and then you're just gonna look like a huge idiot. And not just that, these claims are super serious, so if this turns out to be false, like, that's just up, dude. And one last thing, in the screenshots, the accuser blurred out some of her own texts. I don't know why she did this exactly. I don't think she really addressed it on Twitter. Maybe she did, I'm not sure, but I can only think of a couple of reasons for doing this, or for her doing this. If she did it because it was like some personal info or some shit like that, I can understand, but who knows? It could have been some weird stuff she said, or maybe even some self-incriminating shit. Like, I don't even know. If that person really was Pyro, like, this is all true, she should honestly reveal all of the messages so we can get a sense of the whole picture. Because as of right now, it just feels like a piece of the puzzle is missing with these blurred out images, and unblurring them would definitely help your case if you're telling the truth. But anyways, at the end of the day, I really don't know what to believe as of right now. I'm not trying to completely disregard this girl and her story because there may be some truth to it, but there are just too many blank spaces to prove her story and that the deleted user was actually Pyrocynical. Like, based on the current evidence, there's no way to 100% prove that. In my eyes, Pyrocynical is innocent until proven guilty, as all people should be. So unless some undeniable evidence can be provided or Pyrocynical just flat out admits it, then I'd say he didn't do it. Or at least I'd have to believe he didn't do it. But honestly, even then, if he did admit to actually doing it, he is still in the wrong, but I feel like he can make some sort of case saying that she never told him her age because, at least based on the tweets the accuser provided, she never clarified she was a minor and she never voiced her discomforts or concerns. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with the whole situation and whether Pyro will respond to it or not, and I'll try to make another video once more information is revealed about the whole situation. I mean, if it's even needed, unless like it all gets cleared up, but yeah. Also, if you guys have anything else to add to the case or any evidence / info that I missed in this video, because I'm sure I forgot something, I'm pretty retarded, be sure to tell me about it in the comments because I want to be as accurate as possible so as not to spread misinformation, because this is a very serious allegation. So even if it turns out to be false, that could still ruin Pyrocynical's career. Like, men's reputations have been ruined before due to things such as false rape accusations and such. So yeah, if anyone out there watching this video has any further evidence to provide, just link it down below in the comments or like let me know, something like that. All right, I'm actually ending the video now, so see you guys in the next one where I'll be getting swallowed and digested by my fursona.